showing up on the page if we should. Live on YouTube for a minute 18 seconds. Show this thing. It's not showing us on the page. It should. Can you hear if I talk? I wonder why I don't know if it's sound. Hello, 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 hello. Yep. Brandon, will you go out? Can you go to beermoneypulling.com on your phone right now? Or your laptop? And see if you see it and see if you hear it. You go to beermoneypulling.com on your phone right now. You don't have to go out there, Brandon. Just bring it up. Tell me if you can hear me talking when I talk. Like this. I want to make sure we're going to have sound. So I call Don in a little bit. We can get this going. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Do you see us? Or do you see the video? Yeah. Yep. You see that? You see that up there? Do you have your sound on? Okay, let me know if you can hear anything out of the sound. Probably it takes about 15 seconds. Okay, you're good? Okay. I'm gonna call you quick. Well, no. Can't call you. No, if we got sound, we're good. We should be fine. Yeah, actually, I'll call Sarah quick. Just make sure everything's working.
Yes,
Hey, answer your phone. I'm just making sure. Can you talk to me a little bit?
okay, I'll talk to you for a little bit.
Okay. Brandon, let me know if you can hear
Um,
Sarah. About 15 seconds on your phone.
Okay. Well, I can hear you from the basement.
You can hear Sarah? Okay, cool. All right, we're good.
Right,
Thanks,
sir?
honey. Bye.
Okie doke.
Hey, Brandon. Will you go live on Facebook now? Shut that off. Go live on Facebook and let everybody know to switch over to Beer Money Pulling. We're gonna have Don Slama first, then Bausmas, and then we're gonna talk about my Wyoming trip, and we'll talk about Utica. I gotta get those videos loaded up here too. There's Bausmas.
Bronx Live Videos killed it this weekend.
Did they?
Yeah.
I had terrible internet out there.
He had 900 viewers at one point.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's a record.
He built a tripod. I think he salvaged a selfie stick and mounted it to his tripod.
Good idea. Okay, I got Bausmas loaded. I get Ryan Fain loaded, his diesel truck, and it's called Don. Are you live on Facebook now? Okay, I'm just making sure. I can switch down to Bausmas. Add video shot. Desktop.
Hey everybody, it's Monday. We're live in Beer Money Bowling Team World Headquarters. There's Jason over there.
Hey guys, how's it going? Gonna have Don Slama. We're gonna call him a little bit. Do a live interview for the Hillsboro Charity Truck and Tractor Pull, and then we're going to. I stopped on my way out to. On my way out to Wyoming to work for Live a Little Productions for Skylar Nybar and Kenny Eggleston. Stopped and saw my friends Bausmas. They got special edition and limited edition John Deere's, the pull in our class. And I saw their farm. Got a nice interview with them. Brandon, they have 89 pedal tractors. 89 pedal tractors. And we're going to talk about my trip to Wyoming. I want you to talk about Utica. We got a couple videos loaded up, and then we'll get going here. It's 7 o'clock. So tell everybody to leave it live for a couple minutes. Let everybody know beermoneypulling.com is the website. They can watch it on. You can chat with us at the forum. Hillsboro's coming this weekend. There's a pull in Norwalk, Wisconsin this weekend. We're going to be in Milledgeville, Illinois Wednesday night. And then we're going to be in Hillsboro on Saturday at noon and Saturday night. So that's our next 3 hooks. For that, I'm just Ryan's not here tonight, so I'm just trying to make sure I know what the heck I'm doing with everything. So I think we can call Don, get some people going here. We'll get up and go and see what's going on. But they can chat with us at the website. That's all good to go. Life is good. I think we got sound. We checked all that out, so I think we actually sort of know what we're doing a little bit. But right now I got a Hillsboro. Yeah, well, we should be. So hopefully everybody had a good weekend. We're getting lots of video and pictures sent to the page. I know you haven't had a chance to catch up because you've been doing your 900 bajillion pictures and videos from the thing. Show people what you can sell now, Brandon, please, while I get Don on the phone. So.
We did some photo prints of pictures I took at the polls. They're, you see, 100 times better quality than anything you'll see on Facebook because Facebook kind of dumbs them down. This is called metallic print. It's like a metallic clear coat on a car. It looks really neat in person. You really can't see it on a phone. There's Jason.
Get Don on the phone.
Jason doing a wheelie. So if you see me at any of the polls take, you've seen a picture that I posted that you like.
They can buy it from you.
Yeah.
Hello, Schultz.
Hey, Don Slama, how are you tonight, sir?
I'm great.
Hey, I'm happy for you because the weather forecast looks good for the week. So right now I got Don Slama on the phone. You're live on Let's Grow Polling, Don. And Don, well, everybody, I don't know if everybody knows you. Don Slama, Fast and Furious, Super Farm, John Deere's, puts on the Hillsboro Charity Tractor Pull. Can honestly say it's the best value in the world. You're going to have all the Champions Tour classes, Don. And it's right now I got up on the screen, Don, so people, I didn't put your ugly face up there. I put your poster up there because I want people to come to the poll.
That's a good deal. That's better yet. You know that?
I guess I had to pick on you a little bit, but you pick on me more. You usually win, so that's okay. What's going on in Hillsboro? Let's talk about the poll coming up this weekend. Don, you're going to have your largest turnout ever with the forecast the way it is, and I hope you're really excited about everything. And, you know, you added the third session on Saturday. We get to pull up there Saturday during the day and Saturday night. We're really excited about that with the Beer Money Pulling team. Get to hang out with all the Champions Tour guys. I don't know, Don, it's just going to be great, buddy. Talk to us.
Yeah, we're really excited about this. We was about ready to jump off a bridge last week with the weather forecast. We thought we was going to have a repeat of what you had down the Richland Center, and now it looks like the good Lord's looking down on us, and we're going to have a very nice weekend. We've got the grounds in great shape. I've already got a couple camper units parked in here that are already coming. I just was on the phone with a couple from Rockford that was coming up. We look like we're probably going to have 70 campers that have pre-committed to come up there and camp. And once you start doing that, Jason, things are really, you know, things are going the right way. When people want to come up and spend a weekend and camp out on the grounds and hang out with the pullers, and that's a nice thing about coming up here in Wisconsin. You know, the pits are open. You can come in and have a great time. You can talk to the guys. You can rub elbows with them, and it's just a great, fun time, you know. And I just got an email here from there's 18 people coming from the Netherlands that are going to show up at our poll. I suppose they're on their way to Bowling Green, but we're very, very fortunate that they want to come to Hillsboro and watch.
Well, so if you have that kind of a reputation, Don, that's awesome. I mean, they're willing to come out there. You know, people are taking vacation time now, Don, to come to your pool, and that's what you want, bud.
Yes, absolutely. We want to make it, you know, what do they call that? A destination event, you know. So hopefully we can continue to do that. We've been, you know, James has been working on the track. Him and Zach, I think they've probably put. Well, I'd lie to you. I'm thinking it's probably close to 14,000 gallons of water on it since last week, and then it rained on Thursday, an inch and a half up here. We had it sealed up really good and proved to the rest of the world that we can live through a rainstorm of an inch and a half, and it's just all coming together. It's a lot of work, as you well know. You put that one on down at Richland Center, and it just takes a lot of work, but we're really looking for this weekend. I mean, we don't knock it out of the park now, I don't know what the heck we're going to do.
No, and what is your, Don, when you set out to start the Hillsboro Charity Pool, what was your ultimate goal? Because I know you're not a 1 or 2 year guy. What is your ultimate goal with this event?
I want to bring 10,000 people to Hillsboro over the weekend at each show. That's what I'd like to do. That is the goal.
Okay, and that's awesome.
To put 10,000 people in a town of 1,400, as I've told the city people and, you know, the city fathers, and I even got together with Waniwak and Union Center and Elroy, and, you know, Hillsboro isn't big enough for something like that. And, you know, that's like bringing everybody that lives in Reedsburg up to Hillsboro for a day. Reedsburg's a 10,000 town population city. And that is my goal. If we can do that, we can raise some major money to give away, and that's the whole goal of this thing. It's to help. You know, our saying is people helping people, and we want the customers. I call the spectators customers because, of course, I'm a dealer and everybody's a customer, so they're customers, and we want to put on a good event for them, and their money's worth. You know, it only costs $20 to come and watch this show per session, and I think that's really, really well worth the money. You know, on Friday night you're going to see 8 classes, 8 of the best classes in the United States for $20. And Saturday we've got 5 classes, and then again Saturday night we got 8 classes again. No, excuse me, we got 7 classes again on Saturday night. So, I mean, for $60, I don't know where in the world you'd go to have so much pulling action.
No, and I've been trying to let people know that you're never going to see this many classes ever for this amount of money in your life. And the other big pull in Wisconsin is Toma, and they'll have 4 classes per session, Don, and they charge roughly the same price, actually a few dollars more than what you're charging. I don't want to turn this into a Toma versus Hillsboro thing, because it's not. But I really want people to realize the quality of your event, the size of your event, the stuff you're bringing to Hillsboro. I mean, the modifieds, the semis. I got buddies like from my light pro and limited pro classes, Don. They're like, hey, we're riding up to Zach Howell's riding up with the Millers. We're bringing up to semis, and people are excited about Hillsboro and they're talking about it. And when the weather forecast looks good like this, Don, it sure takes a lot of pressure off of you. You know what I mean? You're never going to relax, but it allows you to know that fans can get in that car and make that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hour drive to watch an event like this, Don, and they don't have to worry about it. That helps you out a bunch. I'm really, really happy for you that that's coming that way. So.
Yeah, I think the people in Wisconsin and Minnesota and Iowa and Illinois are very fortunate that Wisconsin has 2 what I would call major events. One in June at Toma and one in August in Hillsboro.
Yep.
And, if you can't meet the one in June, hope you can make the one in August and vice versa.
Yep.
The NTPA people put on a great show, just as the Lucas Oil Professional Pulling Series puts on a great show. So I think people are really fortunate in Wisconsin, and they probably don't realize that half the time, Jason.
No, they don't.
You know that?
No, they don't, Don. I think we take it for granted. I just went out to Wyoming last weekend, and Live a Little Productions hired me to come out there, and I announced 3 shows for them. And they warned me ahead of time, Jason, it's not as advanced as what you're used to in the Midwest and the East and things like that. And they do it. I mean, there was one actual diesel tractor out there, and Chris Tabor, he bought the Raging Bull. I think you've pulled against him at Louisville before.
Yep, right.
And Chris owns that tractor now. He bought it from John Pitts, and it's a 401 now. But he had no competition. They had a couple diesel trucks. Now they're trying to grow it, and out there, Don, they got to drive 9 hours just to get to a pull. I mean, there's going to be guys driving 9 hours to go to a Champions Tour pull, but we're blessed. Don, I got 20 hooks with my 401 within 2 to 3 hours of my house with Badger State. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or if I have a Region 2, and if I live in Ohio somewhere, I can do that. You know what I mean? And that's what's amazing. I really hope the fan base comes out. And I've been watching the posts on Facebook and Pull Off, and people are jacked about your event, and how can they not be? I mean, so I want people to understand, when we say Champions Tour of Lucas Oil Pro Pulling League, that's the highest level of pulling in the country. It's the exact same as NTPA Grand National. Those are the 2 highest levels of pulling. These pullers have signed up to run for points. And Don, you're going to have over 20 pros. You're going to have over 24 ones. You'll have probably at least 10 to 15 modified tractors. You're going to have 15 to 20 of the super stock diesel trucks, and that's a class that we've had in Richland Center in the past. And I know that people are excited about seeing them in Hillsboro. What else do you have? Do you have the light supers and the heavy supers?
Yep, we got lights and heavies. We're going to have there'll be 24 super farm tractors.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just going to be a good deal, and there'll be 20 plus 2-wheel drive trucks, and another thing that we take great pride in Hillsboro is that we run them down the track fast.
Yes.
We learn from the boys at Louisville. We have structured. I think I've said that before. When we started doing this, I took the group down there, and we watched how Christiani and Mike Witt did it down there, and it's fast paced. It has to be, and that's what we try to strive for here. We've got the same track crew, Jason, that we had 10 years ago when we started with PPL. This is our 10th year with putting on a PPL event in Hillsboro, Champions Tour event in Hillsboro. And I think that's pretty cool just in itself. I know when I started out, I asked Christy and John. I said we want to have a big event here. And I think I had 4 classes. That's all that they would bring to Hillsboro. You got to prove yourself with these people, and now we've got the whole thing.
Yep.
And if this Saturday afternoon deal turns into a good thing, you're probably going to see a Friday afternoon thing for next year. This is the one thing that's a growing curve for us. We want to be able to put a good track together, and we haven't worked in the sun before, but I'll guarantee you that we'll give it the old college try. And we've jacked up our sprayers for our water tanks for on the stuff. We'll Saturday morning we'll put a bunch of water in that track to stand whatever the weather report's going to be. Yeah, guy can stumble. Hell, you might have been to other big events where things have happened and you get through it. But we will react, and we just want the people to come out and have a great time. I mean, I want you to bring your, that's one thing where it's 10 and under gets in free. A lot of places they charge you for a 10-year-old. I want to have them young kids start out as from a 3-year-old up to an adult. Say, I come to Hillsboro when I was 3 years old, and 40 years later they're still coming to Hillsboro. That, and bringing their grandkids.
No, and that's what it's all about. And then one thing too, Don, I'm getting a lot of calls. Not a lot of calls, but people call me throughout the week. They're like, "Hey, Jason, if one thing you can talk about on your show is, when you bring in this quality of entertainment, and they didn't specifically mention Hillsboro, Don, because your track has a great reputation. But they're like, start talking about how these promoters can keep up with the horsepower they're putting on. What good to do to bring in all the stuff if you can't get them hooked to the track. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we had a deal last year down at the banquet, and we talked with the promoters, and I brought up to them that, look at I'll use your 4-1 class for example. You guys are making the horsepower that the pro stocks were making 10 years ago, and now the pro stocks are making 3,500 up for horsepower, and I'll just use that class, and they're overpowering the tracks. The promoters don't understand that you've got to keep up with the times, just with the track. And in order to do that, you have to put a lot of effort into it. You can't start building the damn thing at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and think you're going to have a great show, And we really take great pride in that. We're going to, that long drive from Richland Center for you to come up to Hillsboro. I want you to be assured that we're going to try to give you the best pulling surface in the United States.
Yeah, I know, and that's a reputation you have, and that's what it's all about. Your track, there's dirt when the scrapers come back. There's dirt for them to put back in the holes, and you can't have a racetrack. You're going to have a good power track, and that's what it's all about. So, what time does everything start Friday night, Don?
6 o'clock, and when we say start at 6 o'clock, James will have the first tractor going down the track at 6 o'clock.
And we got multi-tracks, all 3 sessions, so people got 2 pulling tracks, and that's how Don's going to get all these vehicles down the track in probably less than 4 hours, I'd guess. You're going to be able to do all that as fast as you guys move?
That is the goal, Jason. We've got, as you're part of Badger State, you know that when you're in a staging area, when that tractor's ready to go, if there's 3 tractors in front of you, you're setting your tractor with your gloves on, your helmet on, and you're ready to go pulling. And it's a learning curve for some of these guys to come up here in Wisconsin, because we don't stand around like we do in other places that we go on the Champions Tour or the Grand National Tour or anything like that. People, we are performers. People got to remember that. When you're a puller, you're a performer. Those customers are paying to watch us put on a show, and we want to put that show on as good as we can, as fast as we can, so they can go home and hopefully come back the next night and watch it.
Yeah, see, we have a chat room right now that we chat with people that pull, the fans that are watching the show right now, Don, and somebody said that's one thing they like about coming to your event and bringing their kids, because they said their kids got about a 3-minute attention span, and when they bring their kids to Hillsboro, they're going to get a good show. So that's what it's about. If you're a casual fan, Don, or if you're a passionate pulling fan like you and I are, you're going to have it all this weekend in Hillsboro. It's going to be awesome.
Is that kid's name Schultz? Because you have about a 3-minute span.
Mine's about 30 seconds. Mine's about 30 seconds. Yeah, I told you that story. One of my best friends is a doctor in town, and he said I need the ADHD medicine, but he says if he gives it to me, I won't be fun anymore. So he's not doing it. So.
Well, good. No, but I'm glad that the people out there realize that and like that as part of our show.
Yep.
Because that's what we strive for, is to be proficient, for better words.
Hey, Don,
make things happen.
Besides Wheatland, there are no other Champions Tour pulls that has every class like yours, correct?
This is correct, and we're the one that has it for 2 days. Now, that gives the pullers the pullers a chance to drive to Hillsboro, Wisconsin, and park for 2 days and have have a double hook, for better words. You know that all the guys will say, "God damn, you know, this is a long ways up here." Yeah. I say, "Yeah, this I do every week."
I was going to say, because you're the one going down south, so.
Yeah, you know geez, it takes a long time to get here. Just don't worry, when you go home, it won't take as long because it's downhill. You know that. So.
Hey, how are things going with the? I mean, let's talk about Champions Tour a little bit. How are you and James doing with the tractors?
I think we're in with Fast and Furious. We're in 5th, and with the other tractor, we're in 10th. The Super Farm, we'll talk about that class first, is really tight. There's Andy Schrank is leading it right now. I think Punky Score is in 2nd place, but there is not between the whole bunch of us. It's with 6 poles left to go. It's anybody's ball game. I mean, it's just it's a really good bunch. I see the pro stocks are real tight together. The mods are really tight. I noticed. I think the 2-wheel drive trucks. There's a guy who's ever leading that's got like a 65-point lead. But the rest of the classes are really pretty close. Heavy supers. There's I think Aaron Hall's leading that right now.
Yep, he is.
Jeff from Ohio with the Napa tractor. He's in second place. I think there's only 3 or 4 points splitting them up, or it'd have to be an even number. It's not 3 points, but it's probably 4 points or 2 points. I mean, so when people come to Hillsboro this weekend, you're gonna see everybody got it all hanging out in the wind, because you know this is every pole there's own is very important, and that's another reason that we want to provide a good pulling surface for them. Is that I don't care if you're number 1 draw or if you're number 26. That we hope that it's just as good, you know, and God only knows what'll happen, but if you try really hard, it should level out. You know that.
No, I agree 100%, and that's what it's all about. And people are looking forward to Hillsboro, and it's your big week, and it's 26 miles from Richland Center. We're excited about that, and pulling close to home, we're really excited about everything else. So, any sponsors besides Slama's equipment that you want to thank?
Well, we've got. Gosh, Jason, we've got.
Well, you have hundreds of them. I know that. So.
Yeah, we got Premier Insurance. That's Craig Ladwig. He's a crop insurance guy. He's also a puller. He's been a great sponsor. We've got Dana Foods. That's a gentleman in Hillsboro, Dave Kreckle. He owns a powdered milk business, and he's just been wonderful with that. We've got Whitehall Packing, Whitehall especially. They make cheese here. They make imitation cheese in Hillsboro. I'm just naming a few of them. Creme Meats down to Spring Green. We feed everybody. He gives us a really good deal on the meat. You know, normally I think he goes around, picks up roadkill. He's assured me that all the meat we're having comes out of the barnyard, so we should be in good shape. Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about some of the charities. It is a Hillsboro charity poll, and what are some of the charities that benefit from your event, Don?
Well, there's a van that Juneau County's Mark Rudy, the local Ford dealer, he has just purchased, and he got a hold of 10 people to help buy this van, and the charity tractor pull just give $3,000 to do that. That's going to help out with people needing to go to the hospital. You know, if you're at home and you didn't have a ride to get to the hospital, this van would come and pick you up for nothing. We're doing that kind of stuff. We give a lot, Jason, people that have cancer or their house catches on fire or something like that. We have a 7-person board that distributes the money. The Slamas have nothing to do with that. And so if I'll just use you for example, say Jason Schultz got cancer, they would look at this and they would give you some money, and then they'd talk to you and you say, gosh, I got to go to Rochester for the next 6 months, and they would just probably continue to give you some gas money and that kind of stuff. It's all on a need basis. It's not cut and dry. It's just a very simple thing.
No, and that's what's great for your event, Don, and we're really excited about it. So This weekend, everybody listening, or watching the show Friday, 6 o'clock, Saturday at noon, Saturday night again at 6 o'clock. The best of the best going to be in Hillsboro, Wisconsin. Don, and thank you for all that you do for polling. I truly appreciate all that you do for the polling world, and you're setting an example for others to follow. And we need leaders like you that are willing to take it to the next level, because it motivates other people, Don. It makes us all better, because we strive for excellence. I do, and any good promoter does, and wants to be better. And I just think the more we talk, the more we share, the better off we're going to be. So thanks for all that you do for polling, and good luck this weekend.
Well, thank you much, and we're looking forward to seeing you and everybody out there in polling land. Come to Hillsboro, Wisconsin. It's a great place to visit. You might even like it. You might want to live here.
It's a beautiful part of the country, that's for sure. So
I'll see you Friday.
Yep, I'll be up Friday. Thanks, Don.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Take care. Yeah, bye.
You bet. Bye.
If you're just joining the show, I had Don Sama on the Big Hillsboro poll this weekend, and it's going to be an amazing poll. A lot of polling going on. Norwalk's got an event this weekend as well. I know that's NTPA and state. I just got a text from Pete Pensick just sent this to me. They had 6,500 fans at McLouth, Kansas, for Bill Petrie's poll down there. I forget exactly what they named that, but it was a big Western Series poll. I did see on Facebook also that Jordan Lustig, a guest we've had on the phone with a Silver Bullet, Alki Superstock. He won in Salem, Illinois, with the Grand National NTPA Supers. So real happy for him. So I took off to work Live a Little Productions. Skylar Nybar and Kenny Eggleston hired me to come out, and the video will come up. I had it ready to go. That video's sitting right there.
That's the interview.
Yeah, I wanted to go to that next. Oh no, I don't care about anything else. I want to do Belsma's next, and then we'll talk about.
I was waiting for you to.
Oh, okay.
introduce it.
That's what I was getting ready to do. That's what I was leading up to it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so here we go.
Ready, but
So,
I wanted to take this off.
I got it. I'll shut up. I thought I had it ready for you, Ryan. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I messed up. Anyway, on my way out to Wyoming, I was able to stop at in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and talk to Hams. And I stopped at the Belsma shop for a quick interview, and they pull in the 401 class, and they'll be in Hillsboro this weekend also. You see them in NTPA region, and you see them in the Western Series as well. So, So Ryan's going to bring up this interview right now with Mike and Steve Belsma from Worthington, Minnesota. They have 89 pedal tractors, Ryan, and I got that in this video.
Let's go pulling. I am in
and pulling tractors too, real pulling tractors too.
My good friends, the Belsmas, on my way from Richland Center, Wisconsin to Gillette, Wyoming, and they got a big truck and tractor pull coming up next Wednesday night at 7 p.m.
I was just trying to take
County.
out
Nobles? Can I say this?
So that way
Nobles County
people can
Fairgrounds.
see you and then go
And,
down.
oh, some neat pictures.
you already were doing
I just felt bad because I forgot I had it the first time. I ended up restarting my whole computer.
Special edition and
That's the only way it would work. So I don't know what I did. But
But
these are some videos I had from out there and different things like that. So okay, so we should be able to hear this right now.
How long have you been pulling?
You gotta go on.
You started Super Farms. What's the history? You bought the first tractor from it was a Super Farm, right? Was it Big John or what'd you tell me?
Untamed Breed.
Untamed Breed.
Maloney.
We have two things playing again.
Yeah.
And,
What do you have to do? Or
he
can you
was
do it
one
without hurting
day in the
anything?
fall and said,
That way you can listen to the interview and talk about it a little
It
bit.
was a good rig, and they thought, well, it'd be a way to get into it. And, we
One time,
really thought it was
did you do
fine.
something over here once? Like the sound was on YouTube and it was on this.
Made a path with each, and
Sure,
we
I-
tried to find it for sale sign to put on it.
Weird how that happens. Weird how that happens. So that's a special edition or that's a limited edition?
Limited edition.
Because limited's the 4000 series,
Yep.
and then yours is the 6030, right? Okay, perfect. So what in this summer you guys been running Western and Region 5? So what's been going on there? I've been trying to keep up with you, but you guys are full-time pullers. You guys don't mess around.
No, Larry, our event coordinator, keeps us busy.
He does. I like that. He always has all the videos up and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, he grows pulling.
yeah, yes, he does. He does grow pulling, and that's what this is all about. So let's talk about your event coming up next week. Your hometown poll. We got NTPA. Is it region? Is it state? What do we got? Region 3?
Region 3.
Region 3. Super Farm tractors, limited pro stock tractors, 4-wheel drive trucks, and the state semis starting at 7 o'clock. So,
Yep.
cool. And is this part of your fair next week, or is it just a standalone event that you guys have done?
First day of the fair.
First day of the fair? Okay. What do you want to talk? What do you want to talk about the poll? Any sponsors or anybody you want to thank? Or
Whipple's Hybrid is
Okay.
the premier sponsor.
Whiffle's Hybrid is all right. Great.
Yep. And just a lot of local sponsors around town that have contributed to the poll and to the fair itself to help put on a good fair, and glad to have their support.
Yep. So what do you guys do? What do you guys only farm, or don't you sell equipment too?
We farm, and also we they're precision planting dealers.
Precision planting dealers. Okay.
Yep. And sell Capella corn heads, sell some seed, and a little everything.
Yep. I'm glad you live right off of 90. It was easy to find once I drove by it the first time. So.
Yep.
So.
If anybody's passing through, stop on in.
Yeah, the Belsmans are nice people. They're nice people. So 7 years of pulling. When did you go to Limited Pro then? Was that 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
5 years ago, we pulled 2 years of Super Farm, and then that second year we had the chassis of the 6030 bought. Had thought about originally making it a Super Farm with the idea of going Limited Pro in the near future, and the parts never really came together to make it a Super Farm, which was a good deal. And that fall, Joe Bush had made it into a Limited Pro already. So
Good.
First time we pulled it, it was at the Spencer Fair.
The Spencer Fair? Okay.
Yeah, pulled with the diesel supers.
How'd you do?
Second?
Second?
I weighed our 95 and
Yep.
the supers weighed.
With their 8,000 or whatever. Yeah, but that's all part of the deal. That's all part of the deal. So I haven't told you guys yet, but hopefully you can make it. I know October 8th is tough for you guys, but I'm going to try to do a big shootout in Richland Center where we do some qualifiers at noon. And then we have the finals in the afternoon. And I want it'll be the biggest purse that you've pulled for all year. I'm gonna try to do like 2,500, $3,000 to win it or something like that. And I want to do something with the Limited Pros and the Light Pros together. Try to do a combo class. So how light can you guys get to 9,000, or do I need to keep it at 95, or what do we got to do?
that 4,000, we could put her down to 8,000.
8,000? Okay, good deal.
But last year in Tipton, Indiana, they had that kind of the right memorial.
Yep.
And then we pulled together, and then we got to weigh our weight, right?
Nope.
I think the combo class out in
Yep.
Ohio, Indiana.
Yep.
I talked to Clint about this a little bit.
Yep.
So
Yep.
It was competitive.
yeah.
Yeah.
I talked to Doug Burkholz today, and then I called a couple other guys on the way out, just to kind of get a good feel for it. But if we can get 20 or 30 tractors this first year, and then my goal is, because the track changed, like I watched you lay down a hell of a pass in Mountain City on Friday night. You went like 326 and 333 first pull of the night. Nobody in their right mind would turn that down. 26 tractors later, the last one of the class goes 363. And there isn't a track builder in the country, guys, that can build a track
No.
for that. So my dream, and I'm going to keep pounding this on these organizations, is in the old days there was a pull-off, but it wasn't fair because it was right after the class. I'd like to see us take those 26 tractors like we did in Mountain City, guys, and say, all right, 1 through 9 is going to compete against each other. We're still going to hook the class in consecutive order, just like the computer says. Yep. And then 1 through 9, we'll take the top 3 out of it. You're in the pull-off later. So with 26 in the class, and I would go like 10 through 17. Now you 3 will take the top 3 out of that 10 for 17 bracket, and 18 through 26 will take that top 3, and then we'll come back. I haven't talked to one puller or one promoter yet that won't do it, because promoters are afraid we're going to ask for more money. I say, instead of having 5 classes, leave the purse the same and have 3 classes, and then you can essentially, if you make that pull off, and I don't have the points figured out yet and stuff like that, but it's not fair, because we all have good stuff. We all got the good motors, the good turbos, the good pumps, the tires. We do whatever it takes. You don't build a pulling tractor to our level to not compete.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it sucks to lose a pull because of hook position. It's nobody's fault. It's not the computer's fault. It's not the track builder's fault. It's just you can't control Mother Nature.
No, because the next night at Mountain City, the top 15 were within 10 feet, and the winner might have been the last guy, but the second place guy, I think, was one of the first guys.
Yep. And I don't mean to. I'm not using Mountain City as an example of the track. It's just that was where I was, and I saw it because that was a hell of a track that they built down there.
Yep.
But that's where I saw it. You know what I mean?
It happened in Plant City too,
Did it?
kind of that way.
A little bit, but no, it can happen anywhere.
Yeah, and that's my point. I don't want a promoter or a track builder to get their feelings hurt.
Nope.
I don't care if they do.
No, it's nobody's
just
fault.
right.
It's
That's the nature of the beast. And every puller I've talked to said, yes, I'll pull my tractor twice if you're going to pay me. And that's my point. So as a promoter, we want to put on a 3.5 hour show. That's all the people can handle anyway.
Right.
$10, $15, maybe $20 to get in. Depends what you got there. But they just want to see a show, and I think there'd be some more excitement and entertainment value in that whole, hey, these are the finals, or these are your top ones tonight. You know what I mean? I think there's a chance that could be kind of fun. That's what we're going to do in Richland Center.
And it would make the puller's trip pay better also.
Yes. Yep, and then you would have more classes to spread around, because what I'm hearing is that, hey, there's a big demand for this class, there's a big demand for this class. Well, now you can break it up a little bit more, and you just need to put on a good 3-hour show.
Right.
And that's what we need to do. So, and that's kind of what I'm going to do in Richland Center on October 8th. I plan on doing it with our class, the 4.1s and the Light Pros, mixing it up together, and then doing it with like the Limited Pro diesel trucks, the 3.0 trucks that they have now, and have it be the best purse that you've paid out, that you guys have seen your whole life, actually, pulling 4.1s.
Don't let it go 2 hours too long.
No, I know they'll wreck my car. Yeah, we just put that video up again the other day. So again, if you're just joining the interview, I'm with Mike Bausma and Steve Bausma in Worthington, Minnesota, at their shop. I got some good video and some pictures. How many pedal tractors are in this room, guys? Total?
89, I think. There is.
89 pedal tractors in this room. This is amazing.
There's something different about each one.
There's something different about each one. So when did you guys start collecting all these pedal tractors?
Probably 25 years ago.
25 years ago?
Well, one that I had when I was a little kid.
Right.
That one is a little kid?
Yep. The 20 series in the corner.
The 20 series in the corner?
Yep.
That's awesome. No, this is just amazing. I've been wanting to. It's 5 hours from my house, and I'm semi-retired this summer, like you said, Steve, when I got here, and cruising out to Gillette, Wyoming to hang out. And Gaffney thought I was probably gonna stop by and see you guys. I was hoping you were home, so hey, anyway, so if you're around the Worthington, Minnesota area next Wednesday, August 10th, 7 p.m. Some good NTPA pulling with the Super Farms Limited Pros. That'll be Mike and Steve's class. Come cheer on Limited and Special Edition 4-wheel drive trucks and the state semis as well. So got a good pulling track here. I mean, is it a pull that's been going on a while, guys? Or
We had a Grand National hook in 90.
90, 91, 92.
Yeah.
Grand National Hook, like the Ernie Ropp days, like the Iron Elk.
Yep.
Awesome.
Rob Russell.
Wow.
Bad Medicine.
Mad Medicine Connors were here.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep. Lance Little with a pro stock.
Lance Little, yep. That's neat. That's neat. So, are there a lot of pullers in the Worthington area? Like, how far are you from Joe Bush? How far is it to the shop?
We're about 4 hours from Joe.
Okay.
But Pedley's and Gelders are just 20 minutes away.
They're that close?
Yep. The endangered species, the Alice.
That's that close too?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Made a pass last night in
Redwood
Redwood Falls.
Redwood Falls. Yeah, somebody had at the Farm Fest or whatever.
Right.
We were doing our live show Monday night. Somebody said, "Hey, come to the Farm Fall or Redwood Falls, Minnesota Tuesday night." I'm like, "Well, I'll be in Minnesota Wednesday," but yeah. I know Brent's going to. We have Black River Falls Saturday, and then Warren, Illinois Friday. We're third the points right now. We're chasing Green Power and G-Force. So I kind of did a little front end bouncy in Mazomanie Friday night and got 11th. So I wasn't real proud, but hey, it's pulling. That's part of the deal. Hey guys, thank you for your time and good luck at your hometown pull, and I will see you soon. How's that?
That'd be great.
Perfect. Good interview. Looks like we do. Looks like we're talking. So anyway, so that was a great interview with Bausmas, Ryan. You've seen them pull before. Mike drives limited edition and Steve drives special edition, and they're just great guys. They right off I-90 like a mile and a half, and I saw their fairgrounds where they're going to have their pull, and they're great guys. I don't know. Have you ever met them before? Or do you always stuck up at the video booth?
Nope. I actually got to meet them in Waupun.
Okay.
When they drove all the way over to Waupun from I don't know how long.
Well, they got rained out in Western Nebraska that day or whatever. So if you're watching live on Facebook right now, head over to beermoneypulling.com and watch our live show. We're going to start talking about my trip out with Live a Little Productions. Got my cowboy hat on, Ryan, Brandon. Pretty sweet, huh?
Yes.
I mean, I don't really want to be a cowboy. I did stop by Sturgis on the way home last night because, I was going by Sturgis and it was day one, and the Buffalo Chip had Kid Rock. But I was by myself. I had Kurt with me, but Kurt had to get back to the Black Hills Speedways and for the American Motocross Flat Track Racing. So I was going, what's going on? So anyway, but the nice state trooper explained to me that the speed limit's 70 in Minnesota, and he did take my ticket down to 80, so I didn't go up into the next bracket. So that was very nice of him. So
yeah.
So we're live on beermoneypulling.com right now. We had Don Slama on, Ryan. Talked about the Hillsborough charity poll coming up this weekend. Brandon's streaming us live on Facebook right now as well. Then we had a nice interview with the Bausmas from Worthington, Minnesota. So you want to say something, Ryan? You got that look on your face.
Oh no, I'm just.
You're just chilling.
Yeah, it's been a busy day.
Are you digging my hat?
So I like it.
Yeah, you should try to pack more stuff in.
I know. I should really try to. I mean, I'm just I'm just so slow right now.
Dress for success.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I didn't even get time to change.
You look good. You look good. Anyway, so let's start. I took off last Wednesday. I headed out there and I drove all the way to Chamberlain, South Dakota, and I just took some pictures along the road. And that's just a big old a big old field of sunflower seeds or sunflowers. I've never seen that before in my life. I took a picture of this sign that you're going to put up next. it's not every day that you're cruising down I-90 and you see the launch control facility for missiles. I thought that was kind of cool. I've never seen this next picture, Ryan, on the interstate. I've never seen tandem tankers like that before. So I thought everybody would enjoy that on our Beer Money fans. Nope. So then I stopped by Rapid City, South Dakota, and at the Harley Davidson dealership. This was on Thursday, guys. This is the Black Hill Harley Davidson, and I was able to just kind of walk through there. I saw S&S Cycle. That's a local company here. I mean, I saw Vance and Hines, but this Harley dealership, guys, was insane. It was crazy. So if you're watching live on Facebook, head to beermoneypulling.com, and you can chat with Ryan on the Facebook page, or excuse me, on the website as well.
Well, they definitely take their motorcycles seriously out
I
there.
got 50 comments on how do I get a Bud Light T-shirt? Well, you got to come to a Badger State.
Yep, these are the ones we're giving away. I'll show you. This is the one. So why we named it the Beer Money Pulling Team is because of this saying. Every now and then you're going to raise a little hell, hope we get lucky, and stay out of jail. I gave 80 of these shirts away out west to the fans in Wyoming and Gillette and stuff like that. So there's a lot of good people out there. But yeah, we have these in our trailer.
State pole and come to our semi
Yep.
truck. The 48-foot black trailer that says Beer Money Pulling Team.
53.
53.
Yep.
Says Beer Money Pulling Team in huge letters.
Yep. So that bike right now that you're seeing on the screen, that has turbos on it. Or had a turbo on it. It's a little tiny turbo, but the guys they're putting turbos on their motorcycles now, and I thought that was pretty cool. So
I could just imagine going down the interstate. That thing as low as the ground it is.
it was. I saw a lot of bikers. What you got, Brandon?
Badger State is, well, where are you?
We're gonna
Badger State.
be in Wisconsin.
If you don't know, Badger
We're in
State-
Milledgeville, Illinois this Wednesday.
Yep.
I know we'll be in Hillsboro on Saturday. Brent had an awesome weekend. Won down in Warren, Illinois on Friday night, and he got second in Black River Falls on
we
Saturday
got the
night.
first place point.
Got first place points.
BeerMoneyPulling.com.
And we were able to we actually have the points lead now with Badger State. So 2 Richland Center guys are in the points lead now. JV's got the lead in the limited pro diesel
Yep, we
trucks.
took that back a little bit over a week and a half ago. So
Yep, so it's kind of neat that right now we got 2 Richland Center tractors win the Badger State points. That's kind of a big deal. So Live a Little Productions, owned by Skylar Nybar is the CEO. Kenny Eggleston's the vice president. And I met Spencer and Bronson and Ashley and Brittany, and I'm just trying to remember everybody's names. Caleb and Heather. They're an entertainment group, and they do a heck of a good job. And what they do, Ryan and Brandon, is they organize monster truck shows, freestyle dirt bikes, UTVs, tough trucks, truck and tractor pulling out west. They're a promoter, or they call themselves an event organizer. And they had some shows booked double. And they asked me to come on out and announce, and I really wanted to do that. So I have a picture of some freestyle motocross. This was in Gillette, Wyoming on Thursday night. That is the most impressive fairgrounds I've ever seen in my life. And I'm going to put a whole bunch of video up on our YouTube page, guys, and we'll be sharing it on Facebook as well. Because I know fans like a little bit of everything. So you can just start going through these, Ryan, and I'll start. These are just the nice freestyle motocross guys. Chad was from Canada. Will and Dave or Dennis, I forgot his name. They're from Idaho. Now, that...
Go to the website, you can see what
Yeah, beermoneypulling.com. Send them over there. So, talking about that. That's why you got to watch the show.
We might have some Utica videos.
Some Utica. Yeah, there would be some Utica videos. So, show that UTV, Ryan. This guy raced Grand National Cross Country or Grand National Championship UTV racing, guys, and I have not seen it like this before. And it was wild. The video's on my phone. I didn't have it on the camera, but I did some live streams out there last Thursday night. And that UTV racing is amazing, guys. And I really, really enjoyed watching that. So what do I got up next?
shout out for the Columbus, Nebraska.
Columbus, Nebraska?
Yes.
The poll or just a shout out?
Shout out to someone in Columbus, Nebraska.
Hey, thanks for
saying,
watching.
Hey.
Thanks for watching. That was the biggest dog I've ever seen, like an English Mastiff or something like that. I was drinking some Pendleton whiskey with some of the Fair Board members and some of the people after the show on Thursday night. So the dog got in my Escalade, and I just thought I'd take a picture of it. So we are on our way to McDonald's, but that's an English Mastiff. So that's a picture, guys. So I was in Gillette, Wyoming, Ryan and Brandon Thursday night, and then I headed to Riverton, Wyoming. Okay, 4 hours. 4 hours on the road. 4 hours in Wisconsin. Whatever. This is 4 hours through. Beautiful country, but there was nothing, guys. You do not want to leave on a tank of gas. And there are signs that say, if you see flashing lights, this road is closed. I'm assuming for snow and stuff like that, guys. But it was wild. I'm a city boy. I'm a city boy compared to what. I got the hat on and my Bud Light T-shirt, but I'm a city boy compared to what I saw out in Wyoming. And everybody's like, "Oh, you got to go farther west into Idaho and stuff like that." So it was crazy. But I just thought that was a cool picture. This is one of Skylar's trucks. That's Live a Little Productions. There's his license plate coming up next. I just kind of wanted to show everybody things like that. Next picture we're going to have will be of Skylar's. His sister Katie drives this truck, the 4-wheel drive truck. Shake and Brake. So that's a 4-wheel drive super stock out there with the cut tires on it, guys. And their dad, I think his dad's name was Dirk or Girk. Nybauer. He's just been pulling forever. He built this truck years ago in Katy. That's Skylar Nybauer right there. He's the CEO of Live a Little Productions. And great guy. He has the Cheap Shot Reloaded. We'll show that video a little bit later. Next picture, that's Kenny Eggleston. He's the vice president of the Live a Little Productions. And then he's the one who has, when we were doing our show on the Pulling Radio Network, that has the Pullcast, the voice of the West. That's Kenny Eggleston.
Yes.
Had that there. So he brought me out there. So I just started taking some random pictures in the pits. We'll roll through these. But these guys, I'm telling you, they're passionate. They drive 9 hours away to go to a pull. I mean, our guys will drive 9 hours to go to a Champions Tour or a Grand National. These guys drive 9 hours just to get to a pull.
Yeah.
And they're dedicated.
Well, I mean, that's really their only option.
Yep, this
so.
guy, his truck was called the Old Hippie. I forgot his name. I drank too much whiskey on Friday night. I'm not going to lie to you. I had a good time. I hung out with him for a little bit.
I can't imagine that.
Can't imagine. I had to represent Pendleton out there. So working on that sponsorship deal with Pendleton. So I want to get that going. The sled you see right now, that's from the United Truck and Tractor Pulling Association out west. Wesley was the guy that had the sled and just did a really good job with it. Again, travel a long ways for the hooks. You know what I mean? Like we're so spoiled to have as many pulls as we do so close to home. That's a picture of, there was 2 modified 2-wheel drive trucks guys out there, and that was one of them there. That had an ATPA sticker on it from the American Tractor Pulling Association days.
I think they do buy a lot of old vehicles that move out there.
Smaller blowers on them. But, hey, still put on a good show. We've had Doug Roberts on before talking about, hey, just because I don't got a 5.3 on my Pro Stocks, he set the sled right with the 4.8s, and they still put on a good show. And that's the idea of that out there. Next picture, this gentleman is from Nebraska. I actually have a podcast with him. But Mike Smells, I can't remember his exact name, but I got my notes. But I had a couple mini rods, came all the way from Nebraska, and invited him up to October 8th to pull those. His mini rod had about 800 horse, smaller blower on it, but still had the open headers. So next picture, this was the only tractor out there. The only tractor. This is the former Raging Bull Super Farm. Chris Tabor owns it now. He lives in Utah, I believe, or Idaho. No, he lived in Idaho, and it's a 4.1 now. So it sounds good. I mean, I was happy to hear a 4.1. I heard him start him up. I'm like, that ain't no Super Farm.
No.
And they're like, whoop, whoop, whoop. And I'm like, damn. And I asked him, I said, oh, this is a 4.1 just like yours. I'm like, cool. So that was pretty cool to see that. So, but the only tractor out there, and we'll show some pictures of that a little bit later. So you can keep buzzing through these, Ryan. How are we doing on time? What time is it, bud? 15 minutes? Yeah. We're doing good. So there's another picture. That was, I forgot what he called that truck, but that was one of the super modified 2-wheel drives. Next picture, that's the Wicked monster truck on the trailer. Craig Christensen from Salt Lake City, Utah, drives that truck. He's been doing monster trucks for 24 years, guys. Drove Maximum Destruction for Tom Mentz and Monster Jam for 5 years. Now he builds monster trucks. He's built 36 monster trucks. He's got them in China. He actually spends 6 months a year, guys, in Utah and out west doing monster trucks from, they said May to October. Then he goes down to Australia where he campaigns 12 monster trucks down there. So I thought that was
you might
pretty
as well do it. I mean.
Yep. Now, the next truck, this is Moonlight Diesel. This was the super stock diesel truck, if you will, of the West out there. They have a big pull. Edge Products is behind it. I think it's in maybe September and maybe in Idaho somewhere. But that's where Ryan was from. His brother owns a diesel shop, but Ryan Thane was his name. He drove this truck. We have a video of this. It's still an automatic, and he's trying to get it out there so you could hear it shifting. But the tracks out west, guys, are nothing like we have out here. They're sand. They're in arenas. They do the best they can. But I took a picture of his next picture is his front tire. You can see that up there. Just trying to show that. And next picture, as you bring that up, will be another mini rod. What do you got next? Coming up next? Oh, Moonlight Diesel. Okay.
We'll get another shot.
Yeah, he was right next. Those are the mini rods that were parked next. He's a gentleman from Nebraska. He was 70 years old, I believe. I have a podcast recorded with him. I'll put that up later. Just some more random pictures of the mini rods. There I am interviewing. I believe his name was Mike Smells or Mike Smalls from Nebraska. But a really, really nice guy. Been pulling forever. They have a club in Nebraska called Outlaw. Not the Outlaws that we're thinking of, guys. It's a small mini rod club that they run the Outlaws and stuff like that. But did an interview with me. Just a really, really nice guy. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. I'll put that up later this week. We'll put a shout out for him. There's a picture of Thane, Ryan Thane's truck. I think that's actually his brother's truck. Or no, that's Ryan's actual truck. And it's got less than 17,000 miles on it. He built it and started out in the work stock class, just like everything else. This next picture is a 4-wheel drive Superstar. And I think that's a mod truck. And he's got the reverser up front. It's like completely backwards, like up in the front weight box. That. And it was just crazy. I think I took some pictures of it, didn't I?
I think. Well, here's a picture of the
But it
weight
was called
box,
Twisted something. Twisted. What I have twisted.
Just
It used to be called Narrow Minded. Got a super narrow like cab on it, guys. But Twisted something. I took a picture of it, but I guess I didn't do a very good job. But Kenny and I walked through the pits and met all the pullers. And I think I did 5 or 6 interviews. I'll kind of put them up as the week goes on. That was another guy from Utah with that diesel performance. Yeah, diesel performance. Again, I got all my notes. I'm just kind of going off the top
I
of my head right now.
believe either there was a couple that were supposed to go to the farm machinery show in
This-
diesel truck class, and I don't know if this one
No,
made it
that was
or
one.
they didn't
It was
make
Staines. It was
Okay.
Staines that were invited. and
Okay, but I don't think they ever made it.
Yep.
But they were invited.
This truck has the 3.6 turbo on it, but it sounded good. I got some video of that. I'll put that up a little bit later. Now, this next truck you're about to pick up, I remember this guy, Tim McKenzie, and he calls it Pinky. This thing is a mud truck / middle engine. I mean, it's the Wild West out there, guys, when it comes to pulling. It's run what you brung, have a good time, and it was wild. And I really, I couldn't believe all the different things we saw out there. But there's Tim right there, Tim McKenzie. We took a picture of him. I did an interview with him as well. Really, really nice guy. Got some random shots now coming up next, Ryan, of some of the super stock trucks and different things like that. So somebody's calling me from the 402. Is that Nebraska?
That's probably Donald Trump.
Probably Donald Trump checking on me.
402.
So, but I got home about 4:00 today, so we're not as prepped for the show as I normally am. I had to put all this in, but I just kind of wanted to show all the pictures, Ryan. You can just start popping through them now. They're all in the pits. I'll talk about them a little bit. A couple more mini rods, drivers meeting, and that's in Riverton, Wyoming. The fair, what was the fairgrounds called? Oh shoot! But guys, the fairs out there are a big deal. I mean, there's
is
no
what they
towns.
got. This is what they got.
This is why they go to town. This is the big deal.
That's why they, even if they only see one or two of like the 2-wheel drive trucks, they go crazy.
It was wild. And I'm not sure who the Pulling Associate was the year before, but they were not. That's the Paddy Wagon ride truck. That's Scott Anderson's. Used to drive the Arachnophobia monster truck back in the Monster Jam days. Has a ride truck now. And then Brittany Smith, Skylar's girlfriend, I gave her my camera, and she started taking pictures from the Crow's Nest. She's up there announced with Kenny. I went on track. Tried to do some live video. If you were watching Friday night, you saw some live video, but I know Brock was doing a bunch of live video too. Brandon's brother, he's our East Beer Money Pulling Team connection. And, just got some really good pictures here of the mini rods. I got to hang out with the Fagundas, Robbie Fagundas. They're the ones from California, guys, that went up and won in Ellsworth with the Grand National. We had a really, really good time with them. They're great, great guys. His daughter, I think Kelly was her name, and then John drove the second mini rod. Robbie was running the sled. So there's the Raging Bull tractor there. The sled did a really good job, guys. It was about 260 foot to from edge to edge, and then they'd let him run out a little bit past 300. I think the Raging Bull went 317. I got some pictures of him. There's a 3-engine modified. That was the only one there. It's called Black Bart. Jay's Detailing. I'm trying to remember everybody's names. I met so many people, guys, in the last 3 days. I can't remember all of them. But then this was that. There's some monster trucks coming up next. Or do I have any video of the modified down there, Ryan, towards the bottom?
Let's see here.
I'm not sure.
Looks
That's
like you got.
Yeah, click. Let's do that video. This is what they called their work stock diesel. But kind of what happened was the guys would show up and like, oh, what do you got? And they would, Skylar does a good job, and his sister Katie, they put him in a class so they can pull, and that's what it's all about. And you know what? He pays great money. I mean, you would think he's paying what we pay out here in the Midwest, and so he does a good job. Here's that video. So there's a couple of videos too. I need to put you. Just a really, really good time in Riverton. Now you see that was the Unnamed and Untamed. Sam Sturgis. I did a monster truck show, guys, on Saturday night in Worland, Wyoming. And Sam Sturgis that's the oldest monster truck driver in the country, guys. 66 years old. Sturgis Motorsports, wow. Sturges, Sam Sturgis. Check him out on Facebook. He had 2 trucks there, the Rat Pack, and this is Brian Christensen with the Disturbed truck. That'd be Craig's son with the Wicked truck. And they had a huge crowd for the monster trucks, and it was a really, 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 really a lot of fun. I see a monster truck in the Beer Bunny Pulling Team future, and I'm very, very serious about it. I think we could do a lot. We talk about Let's Grow Pulling and the things we could do, guys. We could do a lot with monster trucks. Not full like shows like this, but exhibitions like we do. on the pull-in tracks and stuff like that. And some of your bigger tracks, like your Darlingtons and stuff, you could get after a little bit and do the wheelies and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
the ones that are race tracks where they has
Yep.
the
I don't think I'd want to take the monster truck to Sauk.
no,
But
no
I
way.
really, I'm dead
No.
serious about. I'm talking to some sponsors and different things like that, and it'd be really cool to have a monster truck, and we'll see what comes out about this. But I'm pretty serious about this. I got to talk to my wife a little bit, obviously, but I've been thinking about it since I saw it. I've been thinking about it for a couple months, and after seeing it out there in the crowds, and what that does, it brings in the whole family, guys. I mean, the kids and stuff like that.
It does.
It's pretty wild there. So
Well, they can see something that they see on TV that they
Yep.
will hardly ever get a chance to see throughout the years. Maybe
Yeah.
they're only one time to see
go
that.
into the August 8th file, Brandon, and I have a video of the week 1 and 2. August 8th. If you could upload those into the Wirecast for us, they're probably on the desktop there, and then the August 8th file. I was without you starting up the show. It wasn't as perfect as it normally is, but I'm telling you, Live a Little Productions. If you're out west, anywhere out west, I think they came to Iowa. They brought the sled to Iowa once, guys. I mean,
video.
yeah, video 1 and video 2. They just do an amazing job. Get a hold of Kenny Eggleston. Get a hold of Skylar Nybar. I don't know. They're just wild. But every week I want to have like a video of the week and show that. So Brandon, our main social media guy, Brandon Johnson was in Utica. You probably met him Friday or Saturday. He's taking pictures now and selling them. We'll show this. This is Pete Shibby's truck, right?
Yep.
What's cool about Utica, Brandon, is what? The cornfield at the end. And you were down there Saturday?
Yep, I know
Both
Sunday.
days? Just
No,
Sunday
just
videoing for
Sunday.
Badger State. But Brandon was down there for the page. So, honestly, did you get a picture of everything that went down the track in Utica?
Either a picture or a video.
Or a video? So that's pretty cool.
Picture or
So,
a video.
Jamie
I might-
Larson's
I might have
calling me.
eaten some cheese curds. I
Yeah.
missed a couple, but
Yeah, the
So this is
cheese
Pete
curds are-
Chibby. I don't know which class is this Badger truck?
no.
This is their run with their
And we're gonna put speed down the track.
that's
They even
wild.
let a lot of the Badger State classes where they
Yeah,
actually
Jamie-
go down. Jamie hit
the corn. Chad Schmidt hit the corn. The Smoking Black Ram.
Yep,
Jared
he did
Rip-
too.
Jared
Actually, all the
Rip
diesel
went
trucks, all the top diesel trucks were pretty much in the corn. They were
Yep.
letting them actually flatten it out for
Yeah,
for the
for-
open.
for these guys.
That's why it was so flat.
Yep.
For the
Jared
No,
Rip
that's-
sailed it out there about 3:55 into the corn. And
Okay.
You
What's
know
Farmer's
the size
name,
of
right?
his fan club that he brings.
Oh, I bet they
yep,
yelled
it
out.
was. They're not very far from
Who
Utica,
won?
just north of-
Who won? Did Jamie win Limited Pro?
Yep, Jamie
Okay.
won. Mark got second.
Who won? Who
and
won the Pro Stock Diesels?
Rip.
Rip did. Jamie. Okay, so Jared Rip
Smoking
did.
Black Ram was second.
Second.
Chad Schmidt. Good to see him here.
And I
Yeah,
think
few others are
Stahl
coming behind.
was third
Okay,
with the.
they're out of Illinois.
Yep.
I forgot the name of their truck. I got one more
Wait.
video too. If you want to find that, go into the file there. Do you have it queued up? Okay, yeah, find it. It's a white truck. Cody
Split Gaber.
Split Gobber,
He's from up by Waupun.
Waupun,
area.
Ripon.
Ripon.
Yeah,
I'm not
you're our
from
Pennsylvania
Wisconsin.
guy. We're gonna
Yeah.
get you trained. But he went.
This is a 2.5 truck.
Can't be any
Legit
worse
on
than
2.5.
Butch Krieger saying Wampin.
Wampin.
So.
Play this video. This is a pretty good video.
Switch camera. Roll next time. Come on, attention, drill bit. More of the truck is you.
Just smoker in the corner. When half the sled gets buried in the corn, that's a good thing. Don't you
Yeah.
think? Yeah. Kenny Eggleston just texted. He says loving the live show and the promo. I'm telling you, if you're a promoter out west, and I told Bronson and I, we had a hotel room, not together, but whatever. We had in the same hotel room. Bronson, one of their event coordinators on the ground. I told him, I said, dude, I'm going to call Skylar and Kitty and talk about Live a Little East. He's like, no, don't start that yet. We can't handle all that. It's a lot of fun. So, but what a great week. Got a great text message from Brent Friday night. I won the class at 392. And I'm like, 392? And I'm like, I'm in Warren, Illinois. I had second wrapped up there last year. Turned it down. It's like
No,
the
you
second
had
time
first,
I
I
heard.
think, wrapped up.
Okay, whatever.
You actually technically had the win.
I turned it down, came back later, moved the sled, did a crappy job. So Brent's been saying, hey, we got some good tracks coming up Black River Falls. And, we were 18 points behind them points heading in after Mazo. I had a crappy run in Mazo. And Brent, basically he got two Badger State points wins. The grain handler, Jared Plotz the Plotz boys, Plotz. Grain
Minnesota.
handler, the big winner
Utica,
from
Minnesota.
Utica, Minnesota, went 340.
Very tough running.
I think
John
Brent was
Deere.
336 or 334. But G-Force, they were ahead of us. They did not have as good of a pass. I guess the front end got bouncing a little
they
bit
got
on them.
bouncing and-
So got a 10-point lead now, but look what happens
What a
after
flip
two
flop!
pulls.
I
Yeah.
mean, you guys have so many hooks left.
I think
too.
we have-
even though we're riding
Yep.
down theirs, you guys have quite a few hooks.
8
still
or 9
left.
hooks left. So, but anyway, we got the points lead there with the Remedy. We're heading to Milledgeville, Illinois. I think,
Wednesday
is that
night.
the Carroll County Fair?
Yep, Carroll County Fair.
And I know Amanda Stern, one of our admins on the page, is from that area. The Pro Stocks will be there. The Limited Pros will
Yeah,
be
they have
there.
a very good line.
I won down there
Hot
last
Farm,
year.
I believe, is
It's
there
kind
as
of
well.
a little of a racetrack down there, and I shot down towards that bottom corner. Had a good pass down there last year. Always packed grandstands.
Yeah, it's quite. The
Are you gonna go down a
setup.
video, or do you got to work?
Actually, I think I'm gonna make it down.
Okay,
so
cool. Maybe we
it's,
can.
this will be the third year. This will be the third year
I
making it
was
down.
going to try and make it.
This is about as far
T-Bone
south.
Team and stuff said that's their hometown.
It
They
is.
really wanted
Well,
to-
Yeah.
I'll try to get you down. You can sleep on the way home. We'll figure it out. I know you got a real job
Yeah, it's
in the
quite
morning.
the.
It's a hike.
Quite the.
Because we go down
Half
through the
hours.
stuff. It's a hike. And
Yeah.
then Saturday, then we'll be in Hillsborough at noon, and at night, Friday night,
Yep,
Hillsborough
I'll be
goes on
there
as
all
well.
weekend.
So it's
Actually
going to be an
helping
event.
Park,
Yep.
So I'll be helping Chris Park.
I know that Norwalk's going on this weekend too in Wisconsin. I haven't.
Yeah.
I literally, guys, I've been in the car since
Yeah,
yesterday.
so they actually have garden tractors on Friday night up there.
Norwalk does.
And then they have their 2 regional, and then they have the Grand National 4-wheel drive trucks Saturday afternoon and Saturday night.
Okay.
And then they have local stuff there Sunday, which includes Southwest Wisconsin pullers, and then some local farm stock
On
classes
Sunday.
on
Yep.
Sunday. So very busy weekend there as well. I believe it's their 50th or 51st annual,
Yep.
something like that.
Brandon, show them the pictures you're taking and selling now too. So if you've seen Brandon at a, there's the camera over there. If you've seen Brandon at a pull, Brandon has a nice picture of your pulling vehicle. He can get you a nice framed
It's a lot
picture
better
there.
in person.
It's a lot
With
better in
the-
person, yeah.
So just
The
to let you
glare.
know.
But it's huge picture, and you're charging $60 for that framed. And Brandon has a good picture of it. Send a message to the Facebook page. That's all Brandon stuff. He busts his butt, taking
This
pictures.
is a
of
little more expensive. It's a metallic.
That's a
print.
metallic print. Yeah, that's an awesome print there.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to show people the size. There's a smaller picture above it up there, but nice job. Ryan works for Clint Tucker. What Smoking Production, always doing lots of videos and different
Ryan out in
things like
Iowa
that.
said he'll drive it.
Who said that?
Ryan out with East
The monster truck?
No, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't
so-
remember when he was messaging that, but he'll say I'll drive it.
That's
so
fine. Yeah,
missed
I-
that comment a little bit earlier.
I was talking to. I'm very serious about this monster truck thing, and I've been talking to some builders actually on the way home today, and I'm jacked about it because I just think promoters. I mean, yeah, there are some names out there, Toma, Chapel Hill, Bowling Green, that have built-in crowds, 40, 50 years of things, but I think if we can do more cross-promoting and different stuff like that, I just think it's going to be
I
better.
think it'd take us to the next level.
And I think if we had a monster truck in Wisconsin,
It'd be more appealing to the fair
Yeah.
boards as well.
and
that
like,
you're-
if you're a promoter and you're listening, we put loader tires out on the track, and then Jim comes up and
Yeah.
hits them. You don't have
And
to put cars on your track.
No.
You can do wheelies, you can do donuts.
and obviously, the fairs are restricted to how much space they have
Yep.
too. So, but it's not for every fair. It's not for every festival. But I think for the majority that the
But to
Badger
watch
State
you guys,
do,
to watch those
yeah.
drivers get out of those trucks and get out and slap those little kids' hands. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. I mean, I've never got to announce a monster truck show before, and you know what? That was the easiest announcing job I've ever had in my life because pulling fans don't get this excited. They don't. I mean, every time those trucks would hit a big jump or something like that, it's like they just went crazy.
1,000 camera flashes go
Oh,
off. And
it was wild. I was in town of Worland, Wyoming. Tiny town, guys. That place was jammed. I bet there was 2,000 or 3,000 people there. The town's like 5,000. I mean, we went to the bar later that night. Imagine that. Goose's was the name of the bar in Worland, Wyoming. And I like, hey, how was tonight? And they're like, oh, it was dead. That monster truck thing was going on at the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
So it was like perfect. I mean,
I do at the Chris Clark, who announced up at Black River Falls Saturday. He actually did a great job announcing up there. They had a packed house. You got to pull up there last year?
yeah,
Do you remember the
I
fairgrounds
went
and
up there
stuff?
last year. Yep.
So he was actually walking in the stands and got him going. So he did a great job.
That was actually one of the
So,
louder crowds,
yeah.
the Black River Falls crowd. Some crowds don't get into it. I mean, as a
It all
puller,
depends on how often they actually get to see a pull too. I think that makes a big difference. How saturated are they in it? With
Yeah.
fan base.
that's true.
So
I've been to a poll with 1,000 people, and 900 of them were Amish, and it was crickets.
900 Amish went to a poll.
yeah. Sugar
What?
Creek
You're
was-
lying.
Sugar Creek.
Oh, Sugar Creek, that is very Amish country out
Yeah,
there. They have a couple polls out there too.
yeah.
There's a guy always on YouTube, E. Cough, that does a lot of
yep, he does
YouTube.
the like NTPA Region 2 stuff out there, and then
I always watched their
OSTPA
shootout
stuff,
class.
so.
You can tell he's just sitting in a lawn chair.
Just
No, I
chilling.
mean, it's still
Just
just, hey, he does a good job.
It's all good in the hood. But anyway, just Wyoming was an education. Live a Little Productions, they do an amazing job. Skylar and Kenny and the gang out there. Spencer, there's so many nice people I met. They have merchandise. They do it right. The Fair Board, I went in the crowd all 3 nights, talked to people, and they're just amazed. I mean, they don't see pulling. They don't see pulling like we do, guys. And it was a great
I
experience.
think that would be, because I know with PPL when they tried their little thing out in
Arizona,
Arizona, but
yep.
I think if they did Wyoming or one of those states,
They were in Phoenix at a racetrack,
Yeah.
2 City. And I think if you brought
I
something like
think
that
if
out
you
there,
went out to Wyoming, like Gillette or something, if that fit like
Oh.
in the schedule,
they have
somehow,
amazing fairgrounds there. It's called like the Camplex
I could just
Fairgrounds.
imagine what they would think.
Yeah.
You know,
So oil and gas was hot. The jobs were a couple years ago, and they said Gillette had lost 10,000 jobs when the oil tanked. But then I was talking to a gentleman Saturday night in Worland, Wyoming, and he said that he worked in oil and gas fields, and it was on its way back up. But I drove by a ton of derricks. I think those derricks, the pumps,
Yep.
I think you call those derricks,
Yeah.
that weren't moving. So I mean, it was a great trip. I stopped in Sturgis, so on the way out, I rolled through Sturgis just to check it out.
you might as well if you're out
I'm
there.
that close, right? But I'm by myself, right? I had Kurt with me on Sunday, so. You remember the Full Throttle reality show?
Yep.
So I went to the Full Throttle Saloon where it burnt down.
Yeah.
And they're building a new one. But when I say they're building a new one, guys, they're still building it.
yeah, I
And
heard it
it's-
was supposed to be this
Yeah.
massive.
Oh, it's going to be
site.
huge. But it isn't going to be done, this rally. But the amount of motorcycles is crazy. Went to the Buffalo Chip. Drove by there. Kid Rock was going to be there that night. I just
And
wanted
I
to get
believe
going
the
home.
Outlaws, they're chasing
They-
the championship.
they didn't do it.
ends-
No,
it
it's
goes
Sturgis
in
at Black Hills.
Black
Hills
Hills.
Speedway.
Okay, so just north,
in
is it?
Rapid City or Sioux Falls. Somewhere out there.
Okay, yeah, maybe it's Rapid City. Yeah,
So I stopped
so that's the south.
in a rest area on the way home. And South Dakota has all their, after I got my speeding ticket. No, this before, because I thought I was still in Minnesota. But I was actually in South Dakota still. It wasn't boring, but it's just straight interstate. Really nice
Yeah,
interstate.
when I went out to Rock Valley, it
Oh,
was just
it's all hype.
because it's just straight shot.
Anyway, South Dakota stocked up all their tourism people. There's people actually in the rest areas. They're asking surveys and stuff like that. So I was giving them hero cards for the beer money pulling team and talking to them and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, yeah, there's some truck and tractor pull thing coming up. And I said, oh, yeah, it's the Outlaws. That's the shootout. Da-da-da-da. We talked to them for 5 or 10 minutes. But they're trying to educate their people, and that's good. That's one way to grow pulling. I mean, it's all good. So.
Great Plains has a couple poles
Yep.
up there.
So, and I also talked in Sioux City, talked to Mark Ham. I got a podcast I'll put up with him, guys. He makes those little tiny, the 164s.
Okay.
The Mark Ham Boys Racing Toys. Did a live video with him as well. So it was a great trip. It's 8 o'clock. I want to wrap things up so we don't interfere with Kenny's show. But it was a great thing. Thank you for watching again tonight. If you see us in Milledgeville or Hillsboro, come to the trailer. We got T-shirts for sale. Ryan, where are you going to be?
I'll be Milledgeville Wednesday night and at Hillsboro all weekend.
Okay. Brandon, what are your plans?
I think I got to work Saturday. I don't know what time I make
Okay.
it to Hillsboro.
I'll be helping parking, so any pullers going up, I'll be helping
Cool.
park haulers.
And, Don said he's got campers coming in already and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's the biggest
They're
plan.
gonna-
We're going to be hanging out at Hillsboro because there's going to be 100 photographers there. I'll see a bunch of pullers I know from Ohio.
Cool.
So I'll be
Yeah.
up there hanging out.
And I'll find out tomorrow night because they're talking about maybe moving some of the classes up to the high school just to give it more parking for people.
Really?
So to have it split parking.
Okay.
So we'll find out
Where-
which limited pros might be up at the
Yeah,
high school.
us little Silver Series guys or
So,
whatever, Badger State. Everything
that
else is
way,
campus too.
that way the diesel trucks will be in the gravel, so then they don't have to pull them across
Right.
the road. So
Understood. Well, anyway, thanks for watching our show again every Monday night, 7 p.m. If you have any ideas or upcoming polls or pictures or videos, just send them to our Facebook page. Follow us on Instagram. We have a YouTube channel now. We're starting to push that a lot harder. So we're doing everything we can to Let's Grow Polling. If you have any ideas, let us know. And one of these days, we're actually going to have like an entry song and an exit song too. Like we're going to truly be professional. But thank you again to Kenny Eggleston and Skylar and Ibar for the treatment out west. It was amazing. And Ryan, Brandon, thanks for all that you do. And let's keep working this thing. Have a good night, everybody.